Hi, I'm Fred Mason, Associate Professor in Kinesiology at the University of New Brunswick. I'm the faculty's historian and sociologist. My teaching and research interests pretty much split evenly across those two areas. As a historian, most of my work has been on people with disabilities and various types of physical therapies and other sorts of types of therapies, medical discourse and what doctors had to say about people with disabilities from the late 1800s into the early 1900s period. One of the big chunks of that research was on a guy named R. Tate McKenzie, who was a Canadian physical educator, but also a sculptor. He did sculpture in the ancient Greek style, and later moved on to doing commemorative sculpture after the war. He was a pretty big person in terms of rehabilitation. He was also a physician in that time frame as well, but made his life work the commemorative sculpture. As a sociologist, most of my work has actually been media related, looking at the representation of gender, of multiculturalism, of disability in various types of sports media. I've also done a fair amount of work on sport and literature and film, including a focus on science fiction and what science fiction writers have to say about where sport may end up, which is basically we need to be careful if we're not too violent, we'll end up back in the Roman Colosseum. I'm all over the place, right? This is the problem. I got lots I could say. That's my fun work. We have a sport literature association. I'm known as the science fiction guy. What I've been working on primarily for the last several years, the last 3 to 4 years, has been work on ultrarunning in Canada. Ultrarunning is people who race beyond the marathon distance, at minimum 50K, standard distances of 50 miles, 100K, 100 miles, timed races of 6, 12, 24, 48 hours, where the longer you go, the further you go is the name of the game. That research has been very ethnographic, almost anthropological in nature in terms of immersing myself in the culture. Canadian death race in Grand Cache, Alberta. It's a major event for the town. Nobody has actually died, but the research is pretty much focused on what the background of people is, how they got into ultrarunning, why they continue to stay involved with it, how it impacts their lives, and how the way that it's popularized and commercialized over the last few years has changed the whole experience. And that's about what I got in my head, because that is a fair amount.